Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank every single one of our committee members for committing and also attending this meeting. Mr. Hafiq, is there any absentees today?
No, it's your person.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Hafiq. Oh, by the way, I would like to introduce our newest recruit to our team, Mr. Firdaus bin Mak Ramdan. Say hi.
Hi
Hi.
all.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi, adik.
Yeah, I know he's been here for almost a month now, but I didn't get to introduce him on the last meeting since he's been here after the meeting ended. So I would like to take the chance to introduce him. Okay. Uh, Mr. Afiq, would you like to take the attendance or?
Okay, so Assalamualaikum. My name is Hafiz Al Buhari. I am a secretary for this company. So before we start, I would like to check whether all staff is attending this meeting. So I will call a person name one by one. If anyone here, just say hi. Okay. So Nur Muhammad Luqman, chairperson.
Hi,
Yes.
hi, hi.
Muhammad Alif Hakim bin Muhammad Shukri.
Hi.
Norman Hakim bin Budiman.
Hi.
Muhammad Firdaus bin Muhammad Ramdan.
Hi.
Narmisha Hazrin.
Hi.
Muhammad Nur Sufyan.
Hi.
And me, Hafiq Al Buhari. So since everyone is here, I think there is no absence for today meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So we can start the meeting.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, Mr. Afiq. Since all of us are here, let's start our meeting right away. So first of all, in regards of our last meeting, is there any other information to be added or some changes made or any amendment?
So there is no changes for the last meeting, but I have something to say.
Mhm.
So about the last minute of meeting, we have already discussed about the financial status for our company. So
Mhm.
we have used a lot of money to reopen the Johor Waterpark due to the COVID-19. We have to close the Johor Waterpark since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. So to make sure it is worse, today meeting we will discuss about something to make sure the reputation of our waterpark is still great. So the guideline for every visitor will be discussed on today's meeting. So I would like any ideas from every staff to make it happen.
Yeah, I think we need to propose a plan of action on suitable guidelines for visitors of the water park, as Mr. Hafiq said. Any other ideas from you guys?
Uh, me. From me.
All
Since
right, all right, go
it's
on.
our first time reopen after 2 years, I think we should sanitize all the water park equipment such as tube, flow, and so on. So why I suggest this because when the visitor come to the our water park and use the tube, the contaminants may have been stick to the tube, and in such possibility of the contaminant to be transferred by other human beings. So to avoid such things, we need to frequently sanitize, as I suggest earlier, the all the water park equipment. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ali, for the suggestion. As you talked earlier about the sanitization, I think we should also sanitize other preference like the counter or also any other places that are crowded, potentially will be crowded, in such that we can prevent COVID-19 from being spread.
Yes, that's
Okay.
true.
Okay, Mr.
Anybody
Chairperson.
else?
Me, Dr. Chairman.
Mr. New intern. Yeah.
Oh, yes. For me, I think we should do social distancing, which is the social distancing is must in our water park because we can reduce or prevent spread of this pandemic or COVID-19, and we need all our staff to be maintain the rules that 1 meter per each in any occasion, which is such as purchasing a ticket, a queue in the lane or in water park, and also if they want to watch any performance in our water park. All the guests must follow the guideline. If there any objection, I think we should take responsible for them, or maybe we can kick them in our water park if they do not listen. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, what a weird suggestion, but okay, okay. I will accept it. Anything else, guys? Anything else that you want to discuss? No, I mean in regards to our agenda.
Okay, I have one idea, sir.
Good. All right. All right.
Okay, I think when we reopen our water park, so we cannot open all the facilities that we have here because I think some activity that we have opportunity to control the social distancing, such as uh, a beach. So there we cannot to handle about the passengers social distancing. And then I think we should create a limit activities such as
Mm-hmm.
for family members only,
Mm-hmm.
because when we combine with other families, so I think that is not suitable with due this COVID-19. And lastly, I think we should create limit of age to some activities. I think such as for the activity for the kid, we cannot allow the teenagers or adult to enter the activities. I think that's all for me.
Okay, good suggestions. I think I will agree with Sufyan. The suggestion made by Mr. Sufyan here. We need to limit some activities because due to COVID-19 restrictions, we don't have enough staff to supervise all the rides, all the attractions here at our park. So I think that's a good point here. Any other suggestion?
I have another suggestion. So for another COVID-19 risk assessment and control measure is to limit the people at the wet rides. This is important because the transmission potential is direct contact transmissions. So this risk assessment and control is critical and can be effectively managed in a water park. So the ride capacity should be reduced to ensure appropriate physical distancing can occur. If social distancing cannot be managed, consider to close that specific attraction, and all employees should help monitor and cannot help monitor and enforce social distancing guidelines. And in queue lines, place distance markers every 6 feet to designate appropriate physical distancing positions on the ground, stairs, or other location where the guests wait. And then we should also consider time entries for popular rides to reduce queue lines that exceeds available space, and install signs at the entrance of all attraction regarding physical distancing, and establish control points of entry to monitor capacity and have lifeguards or other attendants remind guests to adhere to the guidelines, and limit better capacity in wave pools, lazy rivers, and water play or slash areas to allow for proper physical distancing. Lifeguard training should follow guidelines provided by the training agency regarding limiting guest contact. So as we all know that our water parks have 4 types of rides. There are water body, single tube, double tube, and family tube. So the guidelines for this for first one, we should only allow 40% capacity or number of people into the pool at a time. Second, we should only allow people of the same group or family to use the double tube. If they are not from the same family or group, they cannot ride together. Then, do not mix people from separate groups, and ground markings in space outside the pools for distance seating. Six, ensure distancing at queue through floor markings. Ensure proper chlorination of pools so that transmission through pool water is arrested, and no need of disinfection of tubes as the chlorinated water will automatically disinfect it. And lastly, disinfect any right handrails or queue points between guests. So this risk assessment needs to be conducted by the individual of the water park for the site conditions and hazard potentials, and consider the current practice and enumerate the additional measures and understand the reduction in risk level. And I think that's all from me.
All right. Okay, thank you, Miss Amisha. Since we will not be opening all of our main attractions and also some rides, we have enough staff to be assigned to supervise all the things that you said earlier, and also for the chlorination you said earlier, and also the marks on the floor. I think I will take note of it and will follow this up to the maintenance team. Okay. All right. Anything else that you guys want to add? Any suggestions?
Sir, I have one suggestion.
All right.
So, uh, so my suggestion, I would to suggest check vaccination status. So this vaccination status is for 18 and above. So as per the guideline from Minister of Health, all guests of 18 years and above need to have fully vaccinated status. The definition of fully vaccinated is as per official government guidelines. So as we know, some of us might have 2 doses, and some of us might have 3 doses to get the fully vaccinated status. So and the digital vaccinate certificate on the MySejahtera app with low risk status or physical copy of fully vaccinated card need to be present upon entry into Johor Waterpark. So we just need to check guest vaccinate status, but there's no need for MySejahtera scan with upon entry, and those with high risk status are not allowed to enter the premise. So so that's all from me.
All
Thank you.
right. Thank you, Nama Shafiq, for your suggestions. I think I like your suggestions, but in regards to your points you said earlier, we don't need to the visitors don't need to scan the MySejahtera, right? I think for now we make the MySejahtera scan will to be compulsory, as it is our COVID-19 cases in Johor is still uh, increasing. Although we want to open our water park, we need some safety measures in such that we can prevent COVID-19 cases from being spread here at our water park. But good suggestions anyway. Right. Anything else that you guys want to add?
I think no.
No.
No. All right. So so I think it looks as though we've already covered the main items. Is there any other business that you want to discuss that are none inside our agenda?
Yeah, me. Uh,
Good.
I think for the maintenance, we I think we should take a look our water park water slide, since we be reopen after a long time. We need to take care our water slide to guarantee the safety of visitor that come to our water park. That all my suggestion.
All right. Okay. Hafiq, take note of that. Anything else?
I think I want to add more about the water and equipment cleaning and sanitization.
Mhm.
So for general measures, as we all know, water rights essentially requires to comply the treatment recommendation by CDC and any local regulations. The water needs to be treated to have 1 ppm free chlorine and pH less than 7.5. If a right structure is always immersed in treated pool water, it can be opened. If some elements or areas are not immersed in treated pool water, consider to close those attraction or remove those elements. In lazy rivers or other similar attraction, consider allow someone to enter only after someone exits to maintain a reduced capacity. So for the cleaning and sanitization, we should appropriately treated swimming pool water at 1 part per million or ppm, free chlorine and pH of less than 7.5 to kill virus in seconds. Therefore, if a surface is covered in chlorinated water, that surface does not require additional sanitization. If a high-touch surface is not covered in chlorinated pool water, it should be sanitized frequently. Chemical readings for water should continue as per normal or increase, followed by protocols of frequency and in compliance with local regulations. And consider posting chemical readings for gas to see to instill confidence in water quality. So, firstly, for right vehicles and tubes, can be sanitized between use by immersing them in treated water. However, at the end of each day, each item should be more thoroughly cleaned or disinfected. And Environmental Protection Agency or EPA approved cleaner to remove oils, then disinfect before the next day's use, and to ensure the effectiveness of the regular treated water immersions. And next, second is for life jackets. It also can be sanitized between use by immersing them in treated water. However, it is also at the end of each day, each item should be more thoroughly cleaned or disinfected with a foaming cleaner or disinfectant and rinse and dry to remove oils and other debris before the next day's use. Next is high touch surface on lifeguard stands such as handrails, ladders or armrests should be sanitized between lifeguards rotations and clean potential human touch surface with suitable disinfectant at regular frequency to avoid contamination transfer. And for general 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 uh, general measure, guests should wear masks in common areas when interacting with employees and in close proximity environments. Guests should not wear masks in water attraction. They need to remove it when mask is wet and it can handle the respiration capacity. Equipment should not be shared if possible between lifeguards. If sharing must occur, rescue tubes and dispatch panels should be sanitized at each rotations. When providing emergency care, lifeguards should follow personal protective equipment or PPE guidelines as suggested in the general chapter of these guidelines. I think that's all from me.
Okay, thank you. What a long point you have there with numbers and chemistry. Mr. Afiq, will you take note of that? What Mr. Misha said earlier, and we will should follow this up with the technical team.
Yeah, yeah, I will take note and will be considered later.
Okay. Right. Wow, I'm baffled. Anything else?
Yes,
Regarding on the maintenance.
yes.
Oh wow,
Me.
wow, the maintenance. I mean
Yeah,
the intern guy.
yeah. I can suggest the for my part, which is the maintenance equipment. I think all the maintenance equipment should be safely checked. All the water park toys, which can inspect in every pieces of the corner in the water park. Uh, all my staff and I, including me, uh, in my command will check all the holes or crack in the water park play equipment. And other than that, I think we should uh, check of the maintenance about the water park equipment. With this, I can guarantee the water park equipment or playground only have a minor problem, which and I can make sure all the water park is safe if I handle this maintenance equipment. That's all for me. Thank you.
Good, good. I like your spirit. But we don't have water park toys. But good suggestion. All right. uh, anything else that you want to discuss?
Excuse me, Mr.
Ah,
Davison. So I would like to talk about park rules and regulation that focus on safety. So for I would like to talk about limit weight and height to use all facilities in the water park. So
mhm.
by applying this, we can avoid unnecessary incidents at the park. So for SpongeBob Splash Adventure must be 1 meter tall. The gas must be in 1 meter tall at least. And while Chase Coaster and Cobra Creek, both Constrictor and Crocodile Gully, so the gas must be 1.2 tall and Cobra Go must be 1.1 tall. So for Flow Rider, the gas must be 1.4 tall. And but for the Scream Park, so we recommend for those above 7 years old, and for those children younger than 7 years old must be accompanied by adults. So in simply way, to be able to play all the facilities provided, the guest must need at least 1.4 meter tall. And for the restriction weight, only apply to those who want to play rough ride. So we just need 4 people for a rough who are over 50 kilogram and but under 90 kilogram. So that's all for limit weight and height.
All
Thank you.
right. Thank you, Mr. Norman. I think for the weight and height limitation, can you write it down so I can hand it over to the security so that they can supervise the limitations set by you for the visitors. All right. Okay. Anything else?
Yes, yes, Mr. Chairman.
Mr.
So
Secretary.
thank you for all the suggestion. I will try my best to make sure all of the suggestion happen. So I have something to add, which is so in every section, there will be a person in charge to make sure the safety of customer is good, and to make it happen, I will make an arrangement to that matter as soon as possible. So I will appoint a suitable person to take the job. So I want everyone to give cooperation.
Okay. So thank you, Mr. Secretary. I think in conclusion, we received many suggestions. Although one of it is quite ridiculous, but it's good. It's good. And also, we need to revise some of the safety policies and other policy as well, in such that we can retain our park safety and also our park healthiness. uh,
Yes, yes.
all right. I think uh, I think we already discussed all of our agenda stated earlier. Mr. Afiq, can we fix the next meeting, please?
Okay, so the next meeting will be held at 16 February 2022, which is at the same time as today. If any changes happen, I will tell you guys directly.
All right, take note, guys. You guys heard him. We'll be having our next meeting next month. So, great job and good day. You can leave the meeting now.
Thank you.
Bye
Terima kasih.
bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Mr.